Hello, Stress Recognition and Management class. I hope you're having a great start to your first semester. I appreciate you giving me the extension till Monday to start our course. I'm Dr. Lori Wagner. I'm so glad to have you in the class. I wanted to start with just a brief introduction to how we're going to process this semester. The reflection in my glasses is driving me nuts, but I guess we'll get used to that. So for starters, I've posted the syllabus and set up the Learn course, so that's where you're getting this video. I will usually link these to your email, which is how you got this one, but when you go into Module 1, you'll see the introduction there as well. So our first module is just really getting us used to the course and how we're going to operate throughout this semester. So this is a 2-credit course. It is designed simply to help you learn how to process and manage your stress. So we're going to start off with some brief understandings of, what is the 7-stage stress model that I operate with. We're also going to look at what the dimensions of health are. There are 8. What are the 12 then dimensions of wellness, which is a word I don't usually use in class, so you're welcome, those of you who always want me to say it. And so it's a practical course, designed to help you operate more efficiently. So if you don't already know, there are no quizzes, there are no exams. You are going to be required, as you take a look at the syllabus, which doesn't really show up here because of the sunlight. You'll see what the objectives are, how the modules are set up every 2 weeks. So the stuff for this module doesn't need to be completed until September 8th. And we'll go every 2 weeks from there. You'll notice that the reading materials start with a paper planner. And I know a lot of you probably already have one. I'm a fan of just these generic ones, but you'll notice that they say that my instructions say it has to have monthly, weekly, and daily. So you'll notice mine has the month of September that goes all the way across the whole month. It also has the weekly in here, right? So this is how I would operationalize a week. And then I actually have a separate planner that I use for my daily, because I carry that with me all the time. I have it both electronically and then also in my notebook that actually has the hours of the day. So we're not going to get quite down to that micro level just yet, but we are going to get there eventually. So even if you want to supplement your weekly planner, and some of my friends have the weekly ones that just write in the weekly, it actually has the hours instead of just the 5 lines or so that mine has. But what you're going to do for your first assignment, as you'll see, is just take all the syllabi for your other classes that you're taking and enter them into your planner. You're going to enter every assignment, every requirement, that has a due date. So if there's an exam, you're going to enter that. And then we're also going to step back from that. So if you have an assignment due on a certain day, you're also going to then start thinking about, so when am I going to do the work for that assignment? How long is it going to take? And we're going to start then penciling in earlier our plan of attack for that assignment. So maybe this assignment is going to end up having 5 levels, right? I'm going to need to do some thinking about what I want to do. Maybe that's going to take a half an hour. I'm going to do that on this day. Then maybe I need to do some research, right? I need to collect some literature or do a literature review, collect the materials for it. That's going to take this amount of time. I'm going to do that on this day. So we're just going to really get our first go at our calendar assignment. You'll notice the second required material is a journal. And here too, I don't carry mine around with me. I leave it at home because it is personal and I don't want to lose it. But I do also have a quasi-professional one where I keep track of things. I was just reading today things I wrote in 2015 about how to be a better Lori. And ironically, I was eating it over my, of course now I can't find the page, over my Cane's lunch, right? How to be a better Lori. Number 1, eat at home and pack lunches. Eat delicious food you make yourself. Okay, so apparently I neglected the step of going back and reading my journal, right? Make your coffee was number 2, but I gave up caffeine last summer, so it's been over a year now that I don't have to worry about that. And a lot of these are fun. And I'll share them with you as we go through. Your journal is going to be private. You can do it paper, which is what I like to do. You could also do it electronically. You'll notice when you get to that assignment following below in this module, you don't actually have to share it with me specifically. Instead, there's going to be prompts for writing and then questions that you have to respond to after you've written. So I encourage you to, take your time as you go through each module. You have 2 weeks to do it. So go in, introduce yourself to it, and then figure out how you're going to do it, which will be part of what you put on your calendar, and then you're going to do it, right? Some of our modules are going to involve some thinking, some planning, and even some, breathing, sleeping, resting, eating, swimming, doing yoga, so on and so forth. Having time with your friends or family, petting your dog, loving your cat, feeding your bird, whatever your wellness operations are going to be. So I encourage you to go ahead and get started. Take a look at the syllabus. You'll see the exact assignments listed down below. When we go through each module, they're worth 20 points. So you're going to get 5 for the journal, 5 for the calendar, and then depending on what module we're in, you're going to get 10 points in other spaces for each thing. Okay? And then probably by the end of the week, last week was super busy, which is why we're late. I apologize again. By the end of the week, then, you should also have more information, especially on the graduate project, for those of you in the graduate section. And we'll also start looking at what we'll start, collecting the pieces of the personal stress profile. And then the stress management project, we're not going to talk about for a while. So, side note, I have a work trip scheduled from September 13th through the 24th. I had an opportunity to go to South Africa and Zimbabwe and teach for 3 days. So you'll see that on the syllabus that I will be gone that week. My in-person classes are being covered by my GAs. I've arranged our schedule so it shouldn't really conflict. I just want you to know that I'll have limited access to Wi-Fi likely during that time. So hopefully that'll all go well. I'm sure I'll share a lot more about it with you. There's a group of us from Kent State going. It is a work trip, though we're going to have a little bit of fun, I hope. All right, so I just want you to get started, and so I'm going to stop here. All right, welcome to the class. I'm so glad to have you. I can't wait to learn with you. Hope you're having a great start to your semester, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.